Welcome back to Green Valley Anglers. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you like this video. Let's get after it.
We've all got our go-to lures, the ones that never let us down. But what about the duds, the flops, the tackle box rejects? I found a killer list from Outdoor Life of the 10 worst fishing lures of all time and wanted to throw some of mine in here. And trust me, some of these are wild. Stick around to see if your least favorite made the cut. These lures range from downright bizarre to just plain useless. Let's count them down from 10 to 1. And yeah, I'll throw in my 2 cents as a bass guy. Ready? Let's go. Number 10, the flying lure. And at number 10 is the flying lure. This thing hit infomercial scene promising to fly under logs and docks to snag hiding fish. Sounds cool, right? Except it didn't. It sank like a brick, got tangled and everything, and the bass just weren't buying it. Great idea. Awful execution. Do you ever try this one? Let me know in the comments. Number 9, the Banjo Minnow. At number 9, we've got the Banjo Minnow, another TV star with a funky wiggle and a promise to outfish everything. The problem? It was flimsy, tore apart fast, and bass ignored it unless you drowned it in scent. The kit had like 100 pieces, but good luck rigging it right. Marketing A+, fishing D-. Number 8, Roland Martin's helicopter lure. And at number 8 is Roland Martin's helicopter lure. Picture this, a lure that spins like a helicopter blade to hypnotize fish. Cool in theory, right? But in the water, it twisted your line like crazy. All kinds of knots and scared more bass away than it hooked. Maybe it's better as a paperweight than casting to your bass. Number 7, the trolling bobber. The as seen on TV trolling bobber promised to do the work for you and guaranteed more fish. To operate it, the angler simply tied his favorite bait to the bobber, switched on the inboard-outboard motor, and set the bobber afloat. It would then chug your offering onto the lake and into the lair of a predatory fish. The end result? Apparently anglers prefer casting. Number 6, Fisherman Joe's swimming lure. This little self-propelled ditty utilized an onboard fuel to make it swim. To use, add the magic powder and set the bait adrift. Water set off a chemical reaction and off this bait would go, hopefully sputtering into a fish's open mouth. Fisherman Joe's lure fizzled, as you can imagine. Its self-propulsion was short-lived and a royal pain to keep reloading. Ironically, for the chemical reaction to work, the lake water had to be slightly acidic, just the type of water bass avoid, like the plague. All right, halfway there. Before we get to the next 5, just want to say thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Also check the description for a coupon code, and if you want to help support the channel, do your shopping through some of the links down there. Appreciate you. Number 5. Coming in at number 5, we got the Hedden Hightail. In terms of fishing lure oddities, the Hightail may well be the oddest. This combination wake bait, crankbait, and topwater basically look like a little whale. According to Hedden's catalog, neither you or the bass will be able to let it rest when you see its tail-flicking, gurgling, rollicking surface antics. The Hightail was cataloged for 3 years and was popular with fishermen during that time. However, I'm not so sure that it was popular with the bass. Number 4, Chuck Woolery's Modo lure. As you may remember, Chuck spent years helping couples make love connections. So who better to help make fishermen and bass a love connection? Well, perhaps it wasn't Woolery who admitted in his television commercial that he was initially more skeptical of the Modo lure. However, after catching countless bass on it, Woolery says he became a big fan and a paid spokesperson. I don't know. Might have to break up with this one. Number 3, the Hedden Big Bud. I've got to go ahead and given the King of Novelty Lures award to the Hedden Big Bud. A crankbait that's similar to throwing a soggy tennis shoe with an action that mimics that of an ice cream truck with a tire going flat. If commercial success is any measure of a lure's worth, however, this contraption is a hit. I'm guessing that many thousands continue to hang out from pickup trucks and rearview mirrors all over bass country. Number 2, the laser lure. Taking the second spot is the laser lure. The marketing pitch was simple. A flashing, water-activated light implanted in the lure's bill would trigger bass to strike. A great deal of marketing money was spent to attract testimonials for bass pros, but it apparently failed to trigger enough anglers to open their wallets. The laser lure faded into oblivion in 2012. Yet another fad lure, but didn't last long. Number 1. Taking the top spot at number 1 is the hover lure. According to the manufacturer, once you've tried the hover lure, you'll never fish below the water surface again. This imitation dragonfly looked like a plastic bug on a stick that was stuck to a float with a hook wedged in its butt. In theory, bass would leap out of the water to gulp it down. In practice, apparently the hover thing never really took off. And there you have it. 10 of the worst fishing lures ever made. Have you ever used any of these? I gotta be honest, I actually used the flying lure quite a bit on a farm pond back when I was growing up. And I caught some bass on it. It wasn't too bad. Do you think you have any worse lures? Drop it down in the comments. I want to hear some horror stories. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and ring that bell for more bass fishing goodness. Next time, we'll talk about lures that actually work. Tight lines, B's and G's.